sacred code is supernatural and cosmic. It bridges starseed origins, galactic contact, and remembrance. DNA activation, soul memory, psychic development, intuition, timeline shifting, and manifestation, ancient wisdom, modern consciousness, and real-world embodiment. It's where the supernatural becomes natural again. It's not fantasy, not an escape, but as a powerful tool to be used, as a powerful truth to be understood. The reason you are called here is not because you're here to follow, you're here to remember who you are. Your soul carries a code. This space simply helps you unlock them safely, clearly, and powerfully. You're not broken, and you're not late. You're not imagining it, you're remembering. Welcome to the Sacred Code.
We are not arriving, we are remembering. Not climbing somewhere far away, but rising into what we've always been. And now there's a hum in the air. Can you feel it? It's like the earth herself is inhaling light, like the stars are leaning closer in so that they can hear our hearts wake up. Ascension is not an escape, it's embodiment. It's not leaving the world, but loving it so fiercely that it transforms beneath their feet. And here, today, we're gathered at the Sacred Code to talk about Ascension Con 2026. Not as strangers, but as sparks recognizing the fire. Some of you might come searching. Some of you might come skeptical. Some might come because something inside of you has whispered, it's time. And that whisper, that's your knowing. Older than fear, brighter than doubt, and wiser than any noise of the world. And you are not late. You are not broken, and you are not behind. You are exactly on the threshold where remembering becomes living. And the codes are not outside of you. They never were. They live in your courage and your compassion, your willingness to keep loving, even when the world feels heavy. Ascension is kindness. Ascension is truth. Ascension is standing in your light without apology. And when we do this together, something extraordinary happens. Hope multiplies, healing accelerates, and possibility expands. Then we become a signal, a broadcast of what humanity is supposed to look like and what it can be when fear loosens its grip and love takes the lead. So today, in this moment, breathe it in, because you are a part of the rising. You are a part of the remembering, and you are a part of the future being born. And that light you carry, it was never meant to stay hidden. It was meant to illuminate the path for all of us. Welcome to the Sacred Code.
Hello, Mary.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good. Yay. What? That was, that really...
Just making sure I'm really here. I can't believe I'm here.
I know.
You are really here, and we are so happy. I just want to say Dale Quigley is from Windsor, Canada. A very, very good friend to all of us. A beautiful soul. You're the host of Paranormal Voice for about 4 years now, right? 4 or 5 years.
Actually, this year is our 5th year of being around and doing shows, and 2026 is, as I think of it, as the year of the comeback, because I did take 2025 off because I was going through a lot of stuff mentally, physically, and I needed to refocus, and kind of came back and dove back in that ocean, and I'm so happy that I'm back and I'm a part of such an amazing event that's going to be coming up, and I'm looking forward to talking about that. But I missed you guys so much, being way over here on the other side of the Detroit River, I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying this beautiful day. I actually went out for a nice, beautiful car ride earlier, and I get to go to the gym later, so I'm so excited about that.
Nice. Yeah, I got my workout this morning. So, but yeah, we're warming up here, and I can't wait till it does because we've had a rough winter.
Yeah. This coldness has been. I was just talking about that. It was like I don't remember it being so brittle. Like I remember, I know it's cold, but it's been like bone chilling cold. And for me to get cold, it's got to be cold
Yeah,
because
me too.
I'm usually one of those people that can still walk around in shorts and a t-shirt
Right.
on a minus below 0 day and be fine with it. But I'm like, I actually had to put layers on this year, and that's crazy to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. RJ's been doing the same, and he normally it runs hot. He's the type of person that can lay in front of a fan and just, take in that cool air when it's bitter outside.
Yeah.
But this winter is the first time since I've known him that I've heard him complain at all about
A little
the
chilly.
cold.
It's a little chilly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've actually said, man, it's cold out here.
Well, I feed the birds every morning, so I'm out
The
there
birds are going, no, I won't get any seeds. It's too cold.
early. Well, I did that one day. I said, no, man, I'm sorry, guys. Anyway.
Can't do it. Well, I know for myself, I can say, and I'm sure I'm speaking for the others as well, that we're thrilled that you'll be speaking on Ascension Con. Woohoo!
Yes, no, and I appreciate. I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the moment to be able to go up there and share my experiences living the way that I've been living and the stuff that I've been through to get me through to where I am today. And it's been a rough journey. You mostly you guys know me well enough to know the journey I've been on, and I'm glad that I'm finally in a presence and a peace of mind to share, and just how the paranormal has affected my life, but also at the same time, I say it has saved my life because it's as I put into words, it's the unknown in how the universe works and how the other side works and how it can really guide us in, besides the fact that everybody thinks spooky, the paranormal is all bad, evil, and scary stuff. It is not. It is a beautiful place, and I'm looking forward to coming up to Hastings, Michigan. I believe I said that right.
Yeah.
and sharing, and I mean the lineup. I mean, I know when I first talked to Mary about it after she said yes, I actually had to sit there and step back, and I felt a big, huge imposter syndrome come over me. Like, do I really deserve to be in the presence of such amazing people and speakers? But then at the next moment, I'm like, damn right I do, because I worked my ass off for this part.
That's right.
Right.
Everybody puts their pants on the same way, but
Yeah, but I mean, you guys, I've always looked up to Deb and RJ and Mary. I mean, from the moment I met everybody, it's like you guys have been the biggest supporter of the paranormal voice. That I don't think without that support, it would be where it is today without such a support system. And I believe Ascension Con is going to be such an amazing event because it is going to bring people together, answer a lot of people's questions, but also help people guide them to get back onto the path that they need to go, and maybe to understand why they are part of such an amazing community.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, and that's the important part about Ascension Con and why it was so important to make sure that it's free to the public so that everybody gets to be able to have access to the high vibrational information. Everybody should have access to that. And I think the group, and Deb knows this, the group of speakers were just kind of sent, like, in a way, like it just, we really didn't have an option. We were just kind of told to what we were going to do by whoever's up there. But, for me, I think, just noticing over the last year, especially the paranormal and going to psychic events, they were dying out. And it was just like we needed something with a different vibration. And maybe I know as a reader, me, myself, and I needed to be reminded of just why we got into this in the first place. It's sort of like a reset button, right?
Yes.
And to get connected again and then show people they're not really alone. And Ascension Con, the speakers are important because they've all have a story to share, and you've gone through such a journey that's a part of your ascension and awakening. Like what is like the biggest part of your awakening that has stuck out to you?
For me, I think the biggest part that's really come forward as I got through 2025, it was finally the acceptance of who I am and accepting that I'm not like everybody else, that my purpose and my path is exactly that. It is mine to live, and to accept that everybody else can think different than me, but at the same time, it's not to push what I know and what I believe in on other people, but it's to grow within it to see really what the top pentacle of what I'm trying to accomplish in my life and how that makes a difference in somebody else's life. My journey will, I believe, is a positive take that you can come out of the most darkest cellars, basement, black holes of life and create something so beautiful. And I think that's what I'm doing. And I believe that experience is helping others around me by me lifting up my own vibrations so that the darkness has a little bit of light. As dim as that might be right now, but the community I'm a part of, the people that are in my life, everybody is here for a reason, and we are there to support one another and to help those who seek that guidance. So I believe that's the really thing, is truly just accepting who I really am, and that me being my fabulous weirdo that I am, that I'm proud of that moniker. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's the paranormal for a lot of us. It keeps us alive. It keeps us searching for truth. It keeps us wanting to know answers and what's going on. And back in the day when the ghost hunting shows came on, it's not that people didn't know it, but they finally proved that, hey, we are eternal beings. That was the important thing that I've got out of that. That you're alive beyond, and they proved it, and people were just amazed. Some of them just wanted to get scared, but I think the important message was, hey, there is another side. There is life is eternal, and that's really cool. And then it's branched off, and like you said, Mary. Now that we know that, people are just not overwhelmed with the ghost hunting thing, but we still do it. So, and then we got into the UFO con, because this is the new wave of the paranormal coming on, and the cryptid. We're getting so close, and these shows coming out like Expedition Bigfoot with Ronnie LeBlanc, who was always going to be there. They're proving that these things exist, and so it's exciting, and we want to know the answers, and that's what keeps people going. People, keeps people happy, and keeps people searching for the truth. So it's really cool. And
well, I
thank
know
you for
I'm
your
gonna
story.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying this because I know I'm not supposed to say it, but like the UFO Con, that event is huge and it's so important. And you guys don't take enough credit for literally being the pioneers of creating the movement that's going to take us into that UFO and the cryptid and the supernatural. So I know I'm not supposed to say it out loud, but like, you know, the Ascension Con is, I'm excited about the event, but the UFO Con is that space where family gets to come back together, right? And really grow together. And it gives all us misfits a place to go where we can belong. So I know I'm not supposed to say it out loud, but I think you guys are pioneers. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Well,
I agree with you, Mary. You know, to know Deb and RJ and Mike and everybody behind UFO Contact Convention, they really don't take enough credit for what they did or what they've accomplished. So yeah, I mean, these are the kinds of things that need to be recognized, but also too, it helps people to understand a lot. And this is ever since Deb and RJ invited us up to the UFO Contact Convention and being around that atmosphere, just like the Michigan, the MI Paracon, it has brought people together. It's brought people to understand. And this is where I take the paranormal from. And it's not necessarily, I believe we don't choose, but it chooses us. Because if it was a choice, I don't think a lot of people would be involved as it is. The community would not be as big as it is. The shows would never exist. We were all brought into this community because of something that happened to us, and most of us, it all happened to us at a very young age. You know, and other people say, well, why can't I see ghosts, or why can't I hear ghosts? Why can't I see aliens in the sky? Why are you getting communicate? Why are you getting these down? You know, it's not that a lot of these people chose that. It was because it was chosen for them, just like who we are today. We are humans. We are compassionate. Some people are compassionate. Some people are not compassionate. Some people, you know, we all are here for our calling. And it just, I believe in talking to the audience over the last 5 years with the Paranormal Voice, getting to know so many amazing people. But, you know, people say, well, I got into it because I watched a ghost show. But when you really talk to them and you dig it down, something else happened to them that attracted them to the ghost or the aliens or the Bigfoots or the whatever mystical thing that brought them to this community. But if it wasn't for events like the UFO Con, I think people would still be living in the dark, in denial, and not wanting to accept who they are or what happened to them. And events like Ascension Con is going to be the same way. People are going to come because there's a curiosity, but really it's a part of them. And now that curiosity is like pushing them to go, hey, let's go over here. Let's go over here. We got to check this out.
I think the Ascension Con is going to help people tie everything together and realize where they're at and what their role is in this, and that we're all in this together. And I think that's Mary's vision, if I'm not right. But so
mass awakening.
Yes, and I think it's time. It'll bring it even. You know, it's just not the excitement part, like you said, the Bigfoot and the UFOs and the ghosts. It's where do we stand in that? What makes us who we are, and who, you know, where do we want to go with all this stuff? You know, so it's going to be cool.
Well, we are, you know, I want to say we are ascending and we are evolving. And all of these events, I know with Michigan UFO Contact, it's not something that we sat down and said, okay, let's figure out how to put on a UFO conference. It was a total shock to me, to both of us, when it came out of my mouth. It wasn't planned. It was given to us that, okay, this is what you need to do next. And we're all good friends with Tim and Brad from Michigan Paracon. They wanted to do something, but they didn't really know what. And they started this conference thinking, we'll try it once or twice, this little conference. And they were blown away at how huge that conference became.
Yeah.
But these are stepping stones bringing us to Ascension Con. So, we had the paranormal, the ghost conferences, and then, more and more UFO and cryptid conferences. And the Ascension Con is more of everything wrapped together, the whole supernatural, as Mary would say, and it is helping with the ascension itself. So it's, I don't want to take a lot of credit. It's when thank you for saying all those nice things, both of you.
No, but you are the pioneers.
Right. We listened. And Mary, you know me enough to know that that's who I am. Spirit guides I follow. I don't, I didn't really come up with that.
Nope.
I love it, but we're just doing what they tell us to do.
That sounds familiar.
Right. And you're doing the same. You have been, and that was, kind of the whole point is you were led to do this. And when you talk to me about it, it's like, everything, I was vibrating. Yeah, I could, filled with tingles. And yes, this is right. This is right. This is what we as a collective need. That's our next phase.
And we're going to have all the speakers on here, as we get closer to Ascension Con. But there's so many, the speakers are fabulous for what they do. It's just, it's not their stardom I care about. It's their vibration.
Yeah.
And the uniqueness and the authenticity and, that emotional connection that they bring. For me, they're not just speakers. They're a part of that vibration of it. And, I can guarantee when people walk in, they're going to feel the impact of the feels from just coming into Charlton Park alone. But when they see the place and they drive through that hill and they can overlook the whole village, it's going to be a place that they want to come back to because it creates a moment for them.
Well, I'm going to sneak down there before it happens. So take a ride down there when the weather breaks.
It has tons of Native American energy there.
Yes,
there is a cabin there. I don't remember what movie it was, but there was a bigger movie that was shot at that cabin. I don't know which one. I think there's a plaque there, but they have like a foundation of an old, I don't know exactly what would you call him. He was the overseer of the park, but he lived there. And there were stories of how whenever they would, on Sundays, and they would have services, Native Americans would come in their canoes and come over to Charlton Park and they would all gather. And it's just, Barry County is so rich with historical history and little tiny landmarks. The vibration is amazing. It just needs to be woken up with all of my friends.
Can I ask you, is there a river that runs through there?
Yes, it'll be right on the river.
Okay, yeah, that's probably it.
Yep. The village is right on the river, and the campgrounds that are connected to it, those are right on the river, so people can come camping and stay on the river. They can bring their boats. There's places right next to the park, like right over the driveway, that if you wanted to bring a pontoon or a jet ski, you could tie it up there, go fishing, walk around the rest of the park. There's tons of stuff to do. It's a beautiful place. It really is.
Don't get me started. I'll have to bring my fishing pole.
I love fishing. I love to go fishing.
RJ will do his talk right while he's fishing.
That's right.
Just, he'll be talking along and say, "Oh, hey, I got one."
Everybody
I
just
think
gather down there.
RJ is actually doing a Bigfoot expedition, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to frisk him and make sure he doesn't have a little fishing pole hidden somewhere.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, how do you lure a Bigfoot? You feed him.
That's right.
Well,
That's
a
good point. Good point.
You gotta
Wait, do
gift
we
them.
have messages?
That's one thing I've learned from Ronnie. Gift them, and they will gift you back with their presents.
There you go.
Well, Kimberly has a comment here. I think the clairvoyance runs in family bloodline. I'm not sure when that came in or how it fell in.
It was just a little while ago. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it does, but what it helps is that if people use their abilities right in the family,
Right.
then it teaches the younger kids and stuff not to be afraid to use it too, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, and that might be part. It might not be just DNA. It might be just the fact that it's handed down that it's okay to do this.
Right. True.
And that's where.
But it's
Sorry,
somebody. It is DNA,
No.
but I'm just saying, it helps that people are open to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think this new generation is because thinking about back when I was younger, if I was to tell my family about the gifts that I developed, I think it would have been, like most people, I probably would have been taken to a psychiatrist. But nowadays, I find this new generation that is coming up, the parents are okay with it. They understand it. They've been through it, and they're willing to allow the youth of today to test out what it is they're doing or what they think they have, and to see where it goes with it. And that's why I'm so jealous of this generation, is because they do have parents that'll, won't look at them like they're crazy when they say, "Oh, I have an invisible friend." Yeah, sure you do. Like I was told when I was a kid. Yeah, sure you do. But and this is why I think the growth and the knowledge is so much more because of the acceptance of what is coming down, what we're all paying attention to. The older generation knew it was coming, but now the younger generation is paying attention to it because we're accepting it. We're not trying to hide it.
I can tell you, as a kid, they were not invisible because I was, because I was able to pick up on the frequency and be on that frequency to see them. And as you grow up and you're programmed and not to see that stuff, that it's not acceptable, whatever. Back in the day,
Right.
Then
it's all in your head.
It's all in your head. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, that's where my consciousness is. That's where my brain is. That's where my soul kind of resides. So yeah, it's in my head. All right.
But also too, I mean, you hear a lot of, you guys heard these stories, and I'm sure Mary's heard even more of these stories. Psychic ability. How many people pushed that down, buried it, walked away from it, would never let it out because people shamed them when they did say something. But now these people are trying to rebuild all that back because now they understand, I can't shake this. It keeps coming out if I want it to or not. But they don't have to hide it anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a proud moment for everybody to just accept who you are. Don't fight it. You don't have to run around and tell everybody, but you know what? There's communities like the UFO Con, now the Ascension Con. There's shows like Mystical Awakening. There's shows like the Paranormal Voice out there where we're giving people a voice to talk about who they are, why they believe what they're meant to do in this life, and just to help other people. And this is the true opening of everything that is going on, because we have such amazing shows. There's thousands and thousands of podcasts out there that are helping people just to talk about it and not to be ashamed of it anymore. And I think this is where every event that is created and it's open, that people are more and more likely to come over and accept. And that's what it is. You have to accept and not fight it and not be ashamed.
Yep, I agree.
Amen. And isn't that kind of proof that we are ascending, we are evolving? And you're so right, Dale. So thanks for bringing that up. I was when I was a little girl, I was born in the late 50s, so I'm really old. But I learned very young to not talk about this. My father wanted to have me put in a home. There was something wrong with me, and when he realized that I was literally talking to the deceased, because I was talking, brought things to him from his grandmother, then I became evil, because that's what it said. His interpretation of the Bible is anybody that does that is evil. So I learned very young, you don't talk about it. It's not normal. You're a weirdo. And don't let people know that you see people that aren't alive.
Well, they're alive, just not in the physical, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Back then it was very confusing. And we see it in our store now all the time. These young people come in and they're, interested in readings, and they're buying crystals. And I mean, they're telling us, oh, this is this kind of stone and it does this, this, and this. And they're like 13 years old.
Right.
Or younger.
Yeah. That's ascension right there. We didn't know that stuff as kids.
Right.
Oh, we couldn't talk about it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just found a cool rock. That's all I could say.
That's the way I was for the longest time. Oh, look at this rock. And that's the other thing too, is why are we drawn to certain crystals or certain types of rocks? And it's all a part of who we are and what our souls want. And it's I when I was first learning about the whole crystals and rocks and why they're so meaningful to us, the minerals of the earth, I mean, it's like they say, you just don't go in and choose the first one you see. You wait for one to call for you, and that's the one that's meant for you. And that's so exciting. And that's now how, when I walk into any of these metaphysical stores, it's like, yeah, I just stand in the middle of it and say, okay, who wants to come home with me? Then my wallet opens up and there I walk out with a bag full.
Well, crystals.
They all want to come home at once.
Yeah, that's true. We've had people say that. I wish I could take them home with me. But, crystals hold information. They store information. And they're used in everything. Our space programs, or telephones, or computers. And so when we pick up that crystal, we're feeling that energy that's stored in there, And I would give anything to go down to Mexico and walk in that cave, which is full of gigantic, huge crystals. You ever see that? Oh my God!
I've heard about it. Yeah, that's just like up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Here, you can walk the beaches and find amethysts everywhere. I guess there's just, and I'm like,
road trip.
Absolutely, right?
Well, at the top of Lake Superior, you find orolite, which is a new kid on the block, and it's kind of like it's kind of got amethyst in it, but it's 21 different minerals in it,
right?
And it's very powerful. So yeah, if you get up there, check that out.
If I go, I'm bringing you guys with me. We're going on a road trip.
Let's go. We're ready.
But yeah, it's amazing that what's going on. Especially like she said, we've got 11-year-olds and come into our store that just are so knowledgeable about stones, and it's amazing. And the only reason they're in there is because their parents say, well, they had to come here. They wanted to come here,
Right.
So
Yeah, it's really cute when you see, the grandparents or the parents kind of standing back going, I'm not so sure about this. And the kid is explaining everything and what it is and what it does. Yeah.
sorry about my little demon kid.
I gotta say though, your store is one of the most amazing places that I've ever visited, and I don't say that because you guys are both my closest friends. The first time I ever walked
And
into
we
that
pay you well
store,
for saying it. No.
I'll send the check in the mail.
First time I ever walked into that store, I just wanted to lay down on the floor and go to sleep.
Yeah, we get
That that is the Zen place to be. Like, I've gone to lots of spas. Like, I love my float. I go to this thing. It's called Float. It's a big giant pod filled with Epsom salt,
Yeah.
and it's so relaxing. But nothing ever compares to walking into your store, because the feel, the vibe, everything about that place. You walk in and you're so relaxed all of a sudden. You just want to just close your eyes and the whole world disappears. When you I believe it's a portal. It's got to be a portal. They have one in the front door. You don't realize it, but you're walking through it.
Well,
It's love.
it's weird because these birds of prey will fly over our store, then start circling like this. So there may be some truth to that.
Right. But I can say, and I'm trying not to brag here.
Brag, Deb. Brag.
Our business, okay. So I'm bragging a little bit, has had 5 different locations.
Wow.
And every location, people walk in and feel like they're at home.
Right.
So I really attribute it to the love. And,
Oh, absolutely.
We don't judge people. We don't, everybody's welcome. People can come in and say, people think I'm crazy because, and they know they can talk to us about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess, and I wanted to bring that up because with the right intent and the right love, anybody can have a place like this anywhere.
I just say, finally, I met another crazy person. Talk to me.
About time.
Welcome to the loony bin. No, but I mean, Debbie, you guys are so right. But that is like the UFO contact convention too. You walk in there, and you feel the love, the vibe. So you are so comfortable with opening up and talking about whatever it is on your mind. And to me, that's what makes a good event and a presence. And I can't wait to get up to Ascension Con, because just what Mary described the place being, it's going, the moment you walk onto the grass, you are going to feel the vibe of the area, and that has a lot to do with it, with location. And there's a reason why Mary says, like, she's just following what was told to her to do,
Right.
but there's a reason why this particular place drew and called to Mary and say, this is where you need to bring everybody, because the energy of the area, the land, the building is going to allow so many people to let down their guards and to be who they truly are. And I hope everybody who comes that weekend will walk away from it a much opened and better person than what they walked in the beginning.
I hope so. Everything, humanity's changing, and we're all evolving. And speaking of evolving, Deb and I were talking earlier about your shows. Do you still have the second show too?
Sinking
kind of
Vibes, yes.
changes? Yeah.
Yeah, Sinking Vibes, I haven't got it up and running in 2026 yet. It is coming. See, that is a type of show. I from the beginning, I never said I wanted it to be a weekly show. It could be happening, but it's because the stories that I'm portraying on that show are of really. I want real. I guess spaces where people can come and not just tell their stories, but from people to get something out of them. Seeking Vibes was a huge project of mine. I've been dying to do that long before I was ever had the paranormal voice. I always had this notion in my head, but I never thought I would ever be comfortable enough to do such a show because I never thought there would be a place or a space for it. But when this whole deep down dive into my own mental health and learning to talk about it and to share it with the world, I knew there was more amazing stories out there of inspiring people who have overcome life's challenges or accomplished things that people always said that would never happen to them. So yeah, I Seeking Vibes is my my own Zen place to share with the world. And each and every show is just not a show because I want to put something out there. It's because I believe the message that those individuals who come on talk about are powerful enough that they're going to change somebody else's life who is struggling, who is going through stuff, who always been told you can't do that, you're not good enough, but they are good enough. They just need to know that nothing is there's nothing in this world nobody can't do. It's only you that hold yourself back from accomplishing your own goals and to striving in who you want to be. So yes, I truly love my Seeking Vibe show. I promise everybody it is coming back. I've got some amazing things. I'm trying to reach out to some amazing people, and I'm hoping really a few of them work out because I find these people truly inspiring, and I just hope that they will come and share with me. And like I said, yeah, I truly love that show. It means so much to me. The Paranormal Voice is always my heart and soul. The way that show started with my brother Michael John, and now I'm more or less the solo reign of that show. I'm going to keep the Paranormal Voice going. Michael John is off doing his thing and back into professional wrestling, which I'm so proud of him and so happy for. He is a big passion of his, which he thought was long gone, has now been resurrected. And watching Michael John do what he's doing now, it's like watching a kid in a candy store.
Right. Right.
So I appreciate Michael John. He still encourages me to keep going and to. It was funny because a conversation. He calls me up the other day. He goes, "I got to get off social media," and I said, "Why?" I'm like, "What's wrong?" It's like, "Are you getting a lot of backlash because of your whole character thing?" He goes, "No, because every time I turn on my Facebook, there's Dale Quigley. He's talking at this event. There's Dale Quigley. He's talking at that event. Oh, there's Dale Quigley." He goes, but then he starts laughing. He goes, "Dude, I cannot be more happier for you because now you're doing what you truly wanted to do." And I said, "Well, it's because he was that boot in the butt that helped me keep believing in myself when I never believed in myself, that I never thought I'd be good enough to be a podcaster. I never thought I could do it alone because I always thought Michael John was my crutch, and he has taught me so much about myself and really been a huge cheerleader that I don't think none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for his guidance and his help. And like I said, because of the people that I've surrounded myself with who encourage me every day to keep going and to not give up and to keep this dream alive. And yes, both shows will be flying high as soon. I know the Paranormal Voice were on the drive to 1,000 subscribers, which I hope by the end of 2026 will happen.
Well, mark my word, I don't think we've seen the last of Michael John, and I think in the future he'll probably be coming back. I got a feeling so.
Oh
We'll see.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
he
Once he gets body slammed so many times, he's going to say, "Okay, I'm
You
going."
can only take that so many times. We're much nicer.
I hope he heard me. I
Uh,
hope he's listening.
Oh, it's an open door. Michael John will always be the Paranormal Voice. He
Yeah.
will always be my co-host. He is
He'll
my
miss it.
brother. He's inspiring. His life story is inspiring, and this is
Yeah.
he was one of the reasons why Seeking Vibes kicked off, because I look at him and go, how the hell are you alive? After all the shit you put your life through, how are you alive? But standing tall, healthy, and just doing what he loves to do. And I mean, grateful to him. And I know he's always like, oh, I'm working on so much. And I'm like, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm always out in public with him. And it's funny because people still recognize him from the show Traders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's like, you're the guy from Trader. And I just sit back and it's like, I'm like a proud brother, because I mean that's like so accomplishment to be recognized on the streets for something you did. And he goes, really? Was my character that memorable? I'm like, dude, you had the best character out of that
He
whole
did.
season.
And he's got that face you can't. So
It's the beard. Everybody
Yeah.
recognizes the beard.
Yep.
Yep. And the villain. He was kind of the villain. And
Well, he's
Oh,
sneaky,
yeah.
wasn't he?
he was
Sneaky. What?
yeah. He did a great job on there. Yeah. I had never seen Traders before, but I tuned in because he was on it.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the show.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they disappeared. No,
They,
so
they,
here's
they've been kidnapped by the aliens. Bring them back. Bring them back. They're
where'd
not
they
done
go? I
yet.
saw that alien, that circle. They are ascending. So, like for me, I know like the biggest thing, part of my ascension for this last year was going through like the dark night of the soul, because that's the hard part of the awakening, is feeling parts of yourself shed away and lose pieces of yourself. You don't understand what's happening. Like, what was the hardest part for you through through going through that awakening? Like, what kind of things could you tell other people going through that kind of awakening, or what they could do to ground themselves?
I guess the hardest part was, I really lost myself, and I gave so much of myself to everybody without taking time for myself. And that was what 2025 really meant to me, was finding that passion that I lost for a brief moment. And all I can say to people is the darkest times bring you to the brightest platforms. I truly believe you really have to see through the darkness, and that it is not the end game, but there's a reason why sometimes we have to be brought back to the most uncomfortable spots of our lives to reflect in order to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So that, to me, I always tell people it's uncomfortable to be in the dark, but there's a reason why your guides, the universe, are showing you the darkness, because they don't want you to remember how far you've come and to be proud of where you are today as compared to where you were maybe years ago, decades ago, or even up to that very moment, because it's people don't realize they can't get themselves out. And for me, I had to get rid of this not having enough confidence in myself, because unfortunately I was always surrounded by people who told me I was nothing. I'll never amount to anything. I will never be anybody. That my whole purpose in life was to serve those around me, and that's where I lost myself the most. And 2025 was a year of reflection, gratitude, and acceptance that I am the weird kid on the block, and I'm okay with that. But that because of the love and the support and the people that I chose to have in my life. Uh, my circle of friends is very small, and that is for a very good reason, is because it's not the quantity of people you have surrounding you, but it's the quality of the people that surround you. And
Amen.
I learned this from a musician that I had the pleasure of working with, and he always said that the quality of people are the ones who influence you the most. The Because the quantity, they're just there for their own selfish reasons. So you want a good quality people around you, people who support what you're trying to do, people who will, even in the bad times, will support what you're going through and not just be there for the good times. Because to be a public figure is sometimes the backlash is very hard, because people always are trying to bring you down, because I always say that they wish they could do what you're doing. And like I said, it was a lot of soul searching and a lot of digging into get rid of this. I don't belong. I don't deserve, because I believe that I do. And I can never stress enough how grateful I am for the RJ and Debs and the Marys and the Andreas, because everybody have always believed in something I never thought I was capable of believing in myself. That's why I said when you first said yes, I said, "Wow, I don't deserve to be on that stage." When I saw the rest of that lineup, I'm like, "I do not deserve to be up on that stage." I
I was
nobody.
actually I was actually already going to ask you. I just hadn't gotten that far because when I'm in Aries, I just kind of start going and then I come back in a full circle. I'm like, oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing. So, no,
uh,
you're the perfect fit. That vibration that you bring, that caring, that loving, that kindness, that inspiration, it really does provide people, you know, the public figures, the good ones, the leaders, like you. It's not because we think we know more, it's because we've been there. We've been the ones who've taken punches in the face while we're climbing up the ladder, and we're just trying to be good people, and the haters just, they want to shove you back down that ladder.
right.
So, we have that desire to embrace the misfits and let them know they are not alone and they do belong. you
Yeah,
know
no, and that's a lot of people I talk about, and they say, why are you so kind? Why are you so nice? Why are you so giving of yourself? And I always tell people this: I've been beaten down so low that I thought even scum was better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I never want anybody to feel that kind of non love, non compassion. This is why I believe,
Yeah.
Deb and RJ and Andrea are nothing but about spreading love and acceptance. And this is,
Yes.
you know, it is just truly amazing. And I never want people to feel the way that I felt growing up. And this is why I believe that my message, the Seeking Vibe show, is the embody of just that, bringing people up to show people you are better than what people are telling you are. You just have to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm. You should have Jen Cruz on that show. She has an absolutely fabulous story with the Dark Night of the Soul. She really does. And Deb and RJ are having some technical issues, so they're apologizing to us. But we had just a few minutes left. I wanted to read a couple of messages because I think I read it. Liz was talking about those caves in Mexico. They're called is it called gypsum?
That sounds familiar, yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna have to get me into some of those caves. I don't know.
Well, really, there is a place that I'd love to go visit. It's just up in Toronto, Ontario here. And it's actually it's like a spa, but it's all made out of crystals.
That's yeah. Oh, yes.
I just saw another
Okay,
advertisement about that, and I was like, I really got to go up there because just watching the advertisement videos, I'm like, oh, I would be so sad. Like you soak in amethyst style tubs,
Oh, that would be so amazing. Oh,
right?
yes.
Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate and I always say thank you so much for including me into Ascension Con, and I'm looking so forward to August 15th, being up there with everybody.
It's gonna
You
be
know, all
amazing.
those truly amazing people. I look forward to meeting some new people. You know, talking to anybody, and I'll tell you, anybody who's attending, if you don't know me, don't be shy. I mean, there's nobody more shy than I am. But,
I don't
uh,
know. I'm pretty
but you know,
shy.
I am looking forward to meeting everybody, just listening to everybody, and I hope everybody who comes that weekend is going to be there. And like I said, walk in Friday as one person, but walk out Sunday as somebody totally different.
That's exactly it. Well, we're almost out of town. Out of town. Out of
Yes,
time.
I am out of town. I'm over in a different country.
I was trying to read at the same time. So I just wanted to say thank you to you. And I know that
appreciate it.
since Deb can't say it out loud, she's going to say, I love all of you guys. So I wanted
love
to get that
everybody,
in.
but absolutely, yes, no, and yes, tune into the Paranormal Voice coming up this Sunday, February 15th, because we will have Ronnie LeBlanc on the show. He's going to be
Woo-hoo.
talking about his new book, Interdimensional. So that's going to be exciting. I look forward to talking to Ronnie about that, and
That will be a good one.
I look forward to coming up there August 15th. So everybody, circle your calendars, book your days off. Let's go up there and show a lot of love to
That's right.
the property and the people that, and of course, Mama Mary. I can't wait for my hug when I get up
I
there.
know. All right. Well, I will see you soon. And thank you to everybody else. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace out.